It's hard to imagine a more positive reaction to Cardinal Robert Prevost's ascension to the chair of St. Peter than that of the people of Peru. As a missionary priest, then bishop, Prevost spent decades of his life ministering to the faithful in one of the poorest areas of Peru, where he is much beloved. And as Frank just said, he now holds dual citizenship in the U.S. and in Peru. What impact will his ministry there have on Pope Leo's papacy? Edy Morel, lead anchor of EWTN's Spanish language newscast EWTN Noticias, reports from Peru.
In the hot city of Chiclayo, known as the Friendship Capital in northern Peru, Pope Leo XIV carried out his mission as bishop for 8 years between 2015 and 2023.
I belong to the liturgy group in my chapel, and we also belong to a group to help those who come from outside, the migrants and the people. So he was very happy with us. I have a picture with him. I had the joy of taking a picture with him.
We've received the news with great joy, with great pride. He was a promoter of my school, and we young people are very happy and proud that our bishop has been chosen.
A surprise, an immense joy, not just for Chiclayo, but also for the whole world. Being that he was here for a long time, he was here for almost 10 years in our Diocese of Chiclayo, the thrill is 3 or 4 times as great.
In Chiclayo, current Pope Leo XIV lived as one among his people through several crises that the local government could not manage adequately. Among them were severe floods during the torrential rainy seasons, through which, as a priest and then as bishop, he brought aid to the victims through Caritas, a church aid organization, as a member of its board of directors. He also responded to the COVID pandemic in 2020, managing the purchase of 2 medical oxygen plants for the sick, which was scarce in the country at the time. In Saña, a few kilometers south of Chiclayo, 300 children attend the school promoted by then Bishop Prevost in 2017. On a tour of his diocese, the future pope saw 2 children on the road who were walking to another town to attend school. As a result, he decided to promote this school, which he named St. Nicholas of Tolentine, the first saint of the order of St. Augustine.
¡Lo queremos!
In Trujillo, another northern city, his evangelizing zeal also led him to build 2 churches for which the people are very grateful.
We know Father Robert Prevost. He is very close to us. My mother, my father, and my brothers, we all came to take care of the parish house in 1990, which is right there. The first Augustinian priests arrived there. One of them was Father Robert Prevost. He was the first parish priest and did great work in the whole Montserrat area in those years.
Father Robert Prevost was 30 years old when he first arrived in Peru from the United States in 1985. The humble town of Chulucanas, a land of mangoes and lemons, was the starting ground of the young missionary priest. This territory of intense heat put to the test all the abilities and gifts of the newly ordained Augustinian. Hernanis Diaz, prior provincial of the Order of St. Augustine in Peru, explains how the experiences in Peru forged the priest, bishop, and now pope.
Lo primero que surge es el idioma.
The first thing that comes up is the language, an important challenge to one entering into the dynamics of a slightly different culture, as well as the customs, the very popular religiosity of our people, not only from the Andean region, but also the coastal region and all of Peru.
His Augustinian brother also highlights that this contact with reality helped him to identify the needs of the church.
El Papa,
Pope Leo XIV, while still a young priest, was able to understand the reality, to grasp in one way or another the idiosyncrasies of the people, and above all, to know that he had to bring Christ, which is the main and essential thing.
Throughout his ministry in Peru, Robert Prevost has faced everything, including an accusation of alleged negligence in a canonical investigation of an alleged case of sexual abuse by a priest of his diocese. The current bishop of Chiclayo defends the ongoing process.
He has appeared in the media accusing the cardinal of doing nothing. That is a lie. He has listened, he has respected the processes, and this process is still going on.
This is how the almost 40 years of the life of Robert Prevost, today Pope, were spent in Peru between joys and sorrows shared with the people, preparing him to guide and better bring the gospel, especially to those who are far from God.
To discuss more on the impact of Peru on the Pope's view of the world, Edy Morel joins us from the EWTN Noticias newsroom in Lima, Peru. Edy, this report really helps to put Pope Leo's connection to Peru in perspective for us. So though Pope Leo was born in the United States, watching your story, it seems as if the people of Peru have really embraced him as a native son. What special quality, Edy, of the Peruvian people do you think Pope Leo will be taking with him into his pontificate?
We have such a rich country in terms of, different cultures within the country. And the north of Peru, specifically Chiclayo, is known as the friendship capital of Peru. And this is for a reason, right? They don't just call themselves that. Everybody else knows them as that because they're very warm, friendly people. They have great faith. And I think that would be just like an ideal, let's say, environment for a priest to start their ministry, right? And he has done that. But I also know the community of the Augustinians here in Peru because I used to teach at the theological faculty. And I remember that they stood out for being very, how would you say, warm, loving, open, and also something that impressed me about them is the fact that as students, they were very interested in truth. Truth was important to them, and they would just go into the topics. And at the same time, they were very warm and they were very contemplative. They had a lot of silence among them. I think you can only guess that probably has something to do with the fact that they had as a formator for years also here in Peru, in the province, they had also Father Prevost.
Truth-seeking and friendly. That's a great combination. Edy,
yes.
What's the word within the Catholic hierarchy of Peru? Any information yet about when Pope Leo will make his first visit back to his beloved home in Peru?
Nothing official yet. We haven't heard anything even. Of course, everybody's waiting for that, and we expect that will happen soon, but there is no official word yet.
All right, that's the word. From Lima, Peru, Edy Morel, lead anchor of the EWTN Spanish language newscast EWTN Noticias. Thank you so much for your report and for your insights, Edy.
Thank you so much.